AIO for breaking up with my BF after he said no one is prioritized in a family, refused to put me first, and told me to marry someone whose mom is dead. Okay, so I, 20F, broke up with my boyfriend, 21M, a few days ago after a really intense argument, and now I'm sitting here wondering if IF asterisk kept up. We had an amazing relationship, at least in the beginning, talked about marriage, had everything planned, and I really thought we'd end up together. We knew each other for 4 years before dating, but we were long distance. He was the most loyal guy I'd ever met, a nerd, super intelligent, protective, and treated me like the most beautiful girl ever, even though I have insecurities. He made me feel so special. Then the weird control stuff started early. Barely a week into our relationship, he asked me to meet up. I told him I wasn't comfortable yet, I'd gained weight and wanted to feel better about myself first, but he flipped out and said, "You don't deserve me if you can't even do this one thing." Then he straight up broke up with me. A few days later he came back but was still stubborn about meeting ASAP, but he eventually gave in. 2. He didn't want me to have male friends. I agreed. Then he started dictating what I could wear: no off-shoulders, no fitted dresses that show cherries or peach size, no tight dresses, no showing cleavage, and always leggings under dresses. When I told him I didn't like being controlled, he said, "I'm letting you know what makes me uncomfortable. I can't allow such dresses. Wearing what I ask won't make you uncomfortable, but wearing revealing stuff makes me uncomfortable. So what's the issue?" In the end, I agreed. I didn't want to fight. Keycap 3. I once asked him if he would have liked me if I was fat before we met. He straight up said, "I don't really like fat women, so probably not." When I got upset, he ignored me for an entire night and day and then said I was manifesting negativity by asking stupid questions. So after that, I just stopped expressing my insecurities. Then the final fight. We were talking about marriage and he casually dropped, "Even if I know how to cook, I must learn from his mom. If he doesn't like my cooking, I'll have to do it his mom's way." When I jokingly said, "Isn't this kinda toxic?" he got defensive and said, "That's just how it is. My mom's cooking is non-negotiable." Then I asked, "Me, in marriage who comes first, your mom, your wife, or your daughter?" Him, "You can't compare them. No one gets prioritized over anyone." Me, "But shouldn't spouses prioritize each other?" Him, "Why would I leave my mom for you? If that's what you want, marry someone whose mom is already dead." Excuse me? We argued for hours and in the end he said, "Don't message me again. Go find someone whose mom is already dead." At that moment something in me just snapped. I finally realized I would never feel special in this relationship. No matter how much I loved him, I'd just be one of the many important people, not a true partner. So I told him, "I won't come back ever again, but thanks for saying everything so clearly. It made things easier for me. Still wish you all the best. Goodbye, take care." He left me on read. Now I'm questioning everything. It's been 6 days and I feel like *T. This guy was my first everything. We had our future planned. I genuinely thought I was gonna marry him. And yet I can't be with someone who refuses to prioritize me as his wife. But my brain keeps messing with me like, Keycap 1, was I wrong for expecting to be his number one after marriage? Keycap 2, is it normal for guys to think no one should be prioritized in a family? Keycap 3, did I overreact by breaking up with him? IDK, if he texts I don't even know what I'd do. I've never dated anyone else, so I don't even know how to move on from this. I need some honest advice. TLDR. My BF expected me to cook like his mom, dress how he wanted, and cut off my male friends. He refused to say I'd be a priority in marriage and told me to marry someone whose mom is already dead if I wanted that. I broke up, but now IDK if I overreacted. Hey, y'all, back with an update. First off, thank you to everyone who commented on my last post. I was feeling so lost, but reading your responses honestly reassured me that I wasn't crazy. A lot of you were so kind, supportive, and gave solid advice, and I really appreciate that. Even the tough love helped me see things more clearly, so yeah, big thanks to this community. Now, onto the update. Quick recap for those who missed the first post. My ex, 21M, wanted me to cook like his mom. When we were talking about marriage, he told me that even if I knew how to cook, I'd have to relearn everything his mom's way because that's just how it is. I asked him, in marriage who comes first, your wife, your mom, or your daughter? Instead of answering, he got pissed and said, if that's what you want, go marry someone whose mom is already dead. We argued for hours and in the end he basically told me to leave if I didn't like it, so I did. After that I went full NC and for the first 12 days he did nothing. No texts, no indirects, nothing, just silence. Then suddenly, he sent a message and deleted it before I could read it. Then after that, he liked my Insta story, which was just me looking happy, and yesterday he changed his DP to an old photo. The one he knew was my favorite. And then a mutual friend sent me a screenshot of a WhatsApp status he posted that said, "Girls who don't want to live with their in-laws should find a groom in an orphanage, not in a family." Now mutual friends are saying he has a point that if I wanted to be a priority I should have just married an orphan, and honestly, now I'm confused.
For the record, I never said I wouldn't live with in-laws. I never told him to abandon his mom.
I just asked a simple question about priorities. Somehow this turned into the biggest fight of our relationship. The actual words I said were, "A man is supposed to love and respect his mother, right? That's okay, just like a woman loves and respects her parents. But once they get married, their spouse becomes their main responsibility and priority, right? A mother will always hold an important place, but just like a daughter becomes her husband's responsibility, isn't it the same for a son? So tell me, in an important situation, who comes first? Your mother, your wife, or your daughter?"
Asterisk.
That's it.
That was my crime.
And now I feel like everyone's making me out to be the bad guy for even asking. Like I was being unreasonable, like I disrespected his mom or something.
I won't lie, this whole thing has been hard.
I miss him, and part of me wonders if I should have handled things differently. Maybe I should have just let it go? Maybe I overreacted?
IDK, I feel so anxious about it all. So was I actually wrong?
Was I expecting too much by wanting to be a priority in my own marriage?
Should I have just handled this differently?
Should I apologize?
I feel like I'm losing my mind here. What do y'all think?